Everybody, welcome back to my Wednesday video blog series. Let's continue the conversation about low back pain. And today I wanted to address emotional stress or mental stress, because those are stressors that we're not always aware they are present. So if you have tried all types of therapy, exercise, massage, and you still have this discomfort, this nagging pain, I invite you to check with yourself. How is your emotional and your mental state? Is that something that it's bothering you and is not being addressed? So I want to share with you here why stress causes low back to hurt more. Without getting too complicated, let's talk about muscle tension. So you all know when you're stressed, you have muscle tension. And when the stressor, it's clear, you know right away that the muscle is tense. But what happens when we have this underlying stress, chronic stress, that is adding a little tension to the muscle, and that tension just accumulates daily? So this is what happens. Think about your garden water hose. If you just squeeze that hose, you know you're going to compromise the flow of water there, and it's going to affect how much flow of water you get at the tip of that hose. Your muscles work the same way. Think that when you have tension, it's like squeezing that hose. And when you do that on the muscle, you compromise the blood flow, oxygen, water, and nutrition flow. So you're pretty much starving that muscle from water and nutrition. And that's a problem itself. The muscle is going to get stiff, it's going to get dry, and you're going to start losing mobility. And when you start losing mobility, you might be experiencing pain, discomfort, and even affect other areas of your spine that we need to compensate for that lack of mobility in the lumbar spine. So that's an issue right there. Another issue that I want to talk about is what happens to the adrenal glands when you're under stress. You all heard like me talk, other people talk about adrenal fatigue, adrenal alert. So think when you're under chronic stress, your adrenals have to work overtime or work extra hard to supply the amount of cortisol so it can meet your demands and your needs of every day. So for a long period of time, if your adrenals are working beyond what is optimal, you might be suffering from low back pain. Why? The nerves that feed your adrenal glands are on your L3. So if you think of your lumbar spine as L1, L2, L3, L4, and then S1, if you need an illustration, just open any anatomy book and you can see. But it's this area right below your ribs. So the L3 nerves feed your adrenal glands. The other nerves that also are in the L3 area. Remember, when you have a problem in one area of your spine, all the nerves that share that area are going to affect those areas in your body. So in the L3 area, you don't have just the nerves that feed your adrenals. You also have the nerves that feed two major muscles that run on your leg and attach to your pelvis. Those muscles are the gracilis and sartorius. They're major stabilizers of your pelvis. So if those muscles are experiencing weakness or presenting weakness, or they're not firing, contracting the right time, they are compromising the stability of your pelvis. If your pelvis is unstable, most likely you're experiencing low back pain. So that's another reason why stress causes the low back to hurt, because of your adrenals innervation that it shares with major muscles that stabilize your pelvis. So what do we do about this tension? I want to share with you a technique that I learned a while ago when I was actually at Brandon Burchard seminar, but I have heard before when I did some research on emotional freedom technique, that is this great tapping exercise that taps into meridians, and the meridians are energy paths in your body. So it's a great way to actually open these energy paths and create more flow into your body and release muscle tension. So I want to show to you what this tapping technique looks like, and if you want to learn more, just Google emotional freedom technique and you can learn all details about this amazing strategy. So here it goes. You're going to use the tip of your fingers And you're gonna just put enough pressure that you feel the tapping, but it's not hurting yourself. So we're gonna start on the top of the head, and it's very important as you do this technique, you can do sitting or standing, that you breathing and you also doing some positive thinking, like you acknowledging what the stress in your life is, you accepting and you releasing. So think of knowledge, accept, and release. The release is like releasing tension from the muscle and you feel better. So you're gonna start on the top of your head, just breathing normally. From the top of your head, and don't need to count on anything, you're just gonna do a few taps there. Breathing and acknowledging the stress, accepting and releasing. Envision this tension leaving your body. Oh, sorry. Then from the top of your head, you're gonna go to the top of your eyes, then to the side, then under your eyes, then under the nose, on the chin, under your clavicle. Either one you can do a couple times and change, switch sides. Then under your arm, then the side of your hand. Sometimes on the hand I like to do both sides, just feels good. And then the last one, the wrist. You just tap your wrist. So that's it. Just by showing this technique to you, I already feel release in my body. So depending how much stress you're experiencing right now, just apply this technique a couple times a day. And I really invite you, if you're under a lot of stress right now, you feel a lot of tension, or you experience low back pain, go for 21 days. I like to do things for 21 days because it gives you a good sense of how this new ritual, new technique actually is really helping you. So for 21 days, do this tapping technique every single morning. And then maybe every time you take a break, every time you take a bathroom break, you do this tapping technique. The more stress you're under right now, the more often you should apply this technique. So it's very simple and very, very powerful. So these are my tips for the day, how to deal with emotional and mental stress to release low back pain. Stay tuned for more information about how to take care of this back pain, and I am releasing very soon a whole online program to live with a strong low back. So stay tuned. You are going to have an opportunity to buy before the program gets officially released, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you very soon.